In a small village by the great river, a boy named Adama lived with his cruel aunt. Ever since his parents passed away, he was treated as a servant, doing all the housework while his aunt's children played and feasted. Despite his hardships, Adama remained kind, always helping the elderly and sharing the little food he had with hungry birds and stray animals. One evening, after a long day of work, Adama sat outside, staring at the sky. His stomach growled with hunger, but his aunt only gave him scraps. Still, he whispered to himself, "A kind heart is never truly poor." One day, while gathering firewood in the deep forest, Adama heard a weak cry. Following the sound, he found an old woman trapped under a fallen tree branch. Without hesitation, he rushed to help, using all his strength to lift the heavy wood off her. "Thank you, my child," the woman said, her eyes filled with wisdom and kindness. "Because of your good heart, I will give you a gift." From her tattered cloth bag, she pulled out a small, plain-looking calabash gourd. "This calabash is not ordinary. Whenever you are hungry, shake it 3 times and say, 'Calabash, calabash, feed me well.' It will give you all the food you need." Adama bowed respectfully, thanking her. He carried the gourd home, unsure if it would truly work. That night, when his aunt gave him only bitter porridge, Adama remembered the old woman's words. He shook the calabash 3 times and whispered, "Calabash, calabash, feed me well." In an instant, steaming bowls of pounded yam, fresh fruits, and spicy stew appeared before him. His eyes widened in amazement. He ate heartily, saving some for the birds who chirped happily around him. From that day on, Adama never went hungry again. His aunt soon noticed that Adama looked stronger and healthier. Suspicious, she spied on him one night and saw him eating delicious food from nowhere. "So that is his secret," she hissed, her eyes glinting with greed. The next morning, while Adama was at the river, she sneaked into his hut and stole the magic calabash. Excited, she shook it and demanded, "Calabash, calabash, give me riches!" But nothing happened. Furious, she shook it harder and shouted louder, but still the calabash refused to obey. In her rage, she threw it to the ground, shattering it into pieces. Suddenly, the ground trembled, and the wind howled. The old woman appeared once more, her face no longer kind but stern. "You were given food out of kindness, yet you stole out of greed," she said. "From now on, you and your children shall eat only what your hands work for." With that, the old woman disappeared, and the magic was gone forever. Adama returned to find his aunt wailing over the broken calabash. Though saddened, he did not despair. He worked hard, using his kindness and wisdom to build a good life. He shared his food with others and became a respected man in the village. And so, the people said, "A kind heart is the greatest treasure of all."